From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Coming to you. Check safety.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
I'm trying to collect. Tight dog. 12, fellas, here we go. 12, fellas, here we go. Say, General West. Check 37.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a second and 3. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
21. Showing up. I got you.
Here's Coleman. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's going to take a shot for the... And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. Going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Watch the edge. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Back to Mixon on first down. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Rip right, rip right. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 26, check 26. Switch, switch. 6,
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Go now. 90 Wolf. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill, kill. Let's go. Go, go, run, run, run.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Got it. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Bang! Score! Hit it.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Watch twist. Watch on travel. Joker. Get it.
They'll look to throw. Open man is Higgins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Set, ready? 60 or. Under 10, 10. SOS. 25, check 25. You're out. Kill.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Garoppolo looks to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
San Francisco.
Here we go. 180! 21. 12, fellas, here we go. Hey, orbit.
Kill.
Garoppolo on first down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
11.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go. 180! 65.
36. Line 30.
Hey, wahoo!
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Garoppolo rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Wide, get wide. Shit. 36.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
The tackle by D. Ford.
Topper!
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Watch the twist. Sponge. No.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Check.
Ready?
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
10 Lobo.
Check, 59. All day, every day, any day. Out. Hey.
Bam.
Deuce. Run.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Mixon with a first down carry. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check right. Watch out. Watch twist. 49, check 49.
Leo.
Check 43.
Fight.
On second down, Mixon looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Begin. Check three.
Check. Hey, lock it.
Press zone. Whip. Watch the whip. Shift.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Shift.
Now Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Come on, set, 8, read.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Hatchet.
Protein spill. Get it.
Now they run with Mixon. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Ready up.
56 is the mic.
So don't say nothing.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Check 9, check 9.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Mike's 56. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
They'll drop the throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go, set. 60 or.
Mike 54.
I got it, I got it.
Check, crouch, crouch, crouch. Check, check, lucky, lucky, lucky.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Let go.
On first down, Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
46-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Switch, 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 switch. Shift, shift, shift.
Ready, ready.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hey, come on. X3, 218, chopper.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Gone, gone. You're out. Shoot.
Out of the gun now on third down. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down.
He's coming, double up. Switch, switch, switch. Slam, slam, slam.
Hey.
Safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Hey, drop that.
They'll run with Mixon. And an alley to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
11.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
11.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Flushed out right. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
13. Hey, Haywood. Hey, gun.
You got motion man right there.
Lock. Hey. High 7.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce him, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
That's the end of the first quarter of play. With the score, Bengals 17, 49ers nothing.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Tighten up, tighten up.
Leo.
Alert 3.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
19 yards there on the catch and run. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
We got double up, double up. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Yep.
Motion.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Switch.
Hey, lock it.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Kill.
Get it.
Again, it's Mixon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Let's go now. 30 base.
59. Watch twist, watch twist.
Go, go.
Watch twist. Check 59. Mike is 59.
Hard, hard.
Run. Kill. Bang.
Gone.
Bang.
Now back to throw.
Watch twist.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
Looking to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Niners take over. We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Garoppolo now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 25. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Long day. That's going to be a long day. Check. Check 50. Check 50. Check it back. Check it.
Ready?
Again, it's Mixon. Past the 20. He finds some open field here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 46 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Let's go. The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
To throw is Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Check 52. Check 24. Check 24. Wide. Get wide. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Down. 60 or.
59. Like the 59. I'm coming for you.
Step.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. And that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And this score will stay right where it is. He had it on line, gave it a pretty good ride too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And Brandon, you know kickers very well. I'll bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that bar.
Time to go. Night. Check your hot read.
And And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Switch. Check. Kill. Out.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 14. This pass complete to Higgins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd